This is about Iron Man, and this is actually part of what I really like about him, especially like in Battlegrounds or War or even Questing if you like saving items. I know I do. Welcome back to the channel. All right, I have taken my Iron Man to rank 5. I have a series of fights that shows off, I think, the positives and the kind of negatives or maybe frustrating parts of him. We're just going to do a full review. These aren't going to be perfect fights, and sometimes I'm going to show you mistakes, but that's also part of what I like about him. You really need to see it to get into it. We're going to start off here with our basic fights, right? I just kind of want to talk about him a little bit, and then there'll be each fights are kind of tailored or put together to show off different parts of his kit or strong suits or negatives. This is that 6.4.1 Deadpool, right? He is a rank 3, so this is a smaller health pool. We also do have class advantage, but what I wanted to show here was, and I did have a reason for showing this, is I think Iron Man is often a little bit slow, like for Battlegrounds, but he can put out some real damage. I mean, look at this. Like, you're gonna, I think, ultimately maybe be a little surprised. We're already hitting for crits for 7,600, and then 6,000, 9,000. That Deadpool is trying to heal back, and look how fast this fight's going to go down. And we will talk more about him. So I just wanted to set the table here with this fight against Deadpool. Even I was surprised, right? I kind of realized like I was playing him wrong. So it only took 34 seconds to do about 170,000 damage. That's really good. 170 because he's healing as well, okay? Now we're going to move on. We have class disadvantage, is about 200,000 health. This is class disadvantage. Keep that in mind. I think that's also important, right? So we're going to go in. For those of you who don't know how to play them, you want to get to those increments of 5. That's what's the hit counter. That's what's going to get you those armor ups. You see, like, we're going to get it right now. There we go. So we're at 4. And then it's, I believe at 12, he goes into his arc reactor mode, getting a really, really big attack increase. And you get a nice benefit if you do it with your SP2. So right there, we get extra arc reactor charges. That's within that upper left-hand corner there. And then so there's those pauses. You get those pauses. They pause your armor ups when you throw the special, or if you parry a special. And we're going to talk more about that as we go here. But as you can see, it's like nothing too exciting looks like it's happening, but now you're starting to see the sparks fly. Look at that crit for 10,000 medium. A lot of not crits. I don't think his crit rate is very high. It's going to come up in other videos, but boom, all of a sudden that Venom the Duck was dead between the armor, between the attack increase from the arc reactor mode, and then also the armor breaks that we were placing. That was 45 seconds. That's really good. That is really good when you see the rest of what this guy can do. Okay, now here is the war map, right? And this is a rank 4 Bishop, scary defender, right? Gonna go unblockables, got the incinerate. And we've now, this is the new war map. So this is, I think, one of the mini bosses. We got the scared stiff there, right? You're gonna get rooted. That's bad, right? Power focus 2, he's gonna get to his SP2 quicker. Oh no, he's going to go unblockable. And bubble shield. You can see why Bishop was placed here, right? All those hits. Now, is he going to go unblockable? But with bubble shield, when he attacks 10 times or hits you 10 times or whatever, he's also going to go unblockable then. Plus, it's going to be decreasing your block proficiency. Watch how tanky this Iron Man is. Also has immunities to Incinerate and Cold Snap, which is another thing. We are seeing Cold Snap. Hello, Kate Bishop. Also, hello, Iceman, who we're seeing in Battlegrounds now. So here we go. Look how little damage that Bishop did into our block. And then you're going to see the node is going to get triggered, the node being the bubble shield. He's going to go unblockable. And because Iron Man can block, here it comes. It didn't matter. Did not matter. You saw how little health we lost. We're good. And if he had thrown his SP1 for some reason, oh, I make a mistake there, I totally get punished and I lost like 4% health. The node even triggered, so scared stiff, and I'm just sitting there blocking. Throw the SP1, get the nice armor ups, and you're right now, like with all of this, you're like, you should be dead, right? But look, we're just gonna go in and destroy it, and he's got enough damage to end that fight after all the mistakes, after surviving it. And oh, by the way, you should know, I'm not boosted in any of these. I know in my other war videos, when I was in tier 1, you used to see me nice and boosted. Now, not boosted. That's how these are going to be, and I'll call it out. For some reason, I'm not. All right, so now we're moving on. I want to show you this. This is a very tough Battlegrounds defender, right? One of the best defenders in Battlegrounds. I think I'm in Social 6 at the time of this fight. Wanted to bring him in. Now, I do want to point out that these two metas have increased Iron Man's damage a bit. And sometimes if you can get enough of those Furies, it's quite a bit. But right now, it's only, I think, 10%. So it's not as much as I initially thought. Right there, you saw me parry the special. You're gonna see I'm gonna continue to try to do it because it does pause your armor ups, which is really nice. At the moment, I don't need it because I don't think it's till you get to 6 that they start to fall off, but it's fine. Oh, this is the very current meta. God, I hate this. The accidental parries. Those of you who are playing it know what I'm talking about. So there we go. We got punished. I threw my SP1 and I triggered the heal, which is really nice. You're gonna see a better example of that later on here. And we're gonna go in. And this is great. Like, watch, Mr. Mephisto is going to throw his SP2. I'm going to parry it a little bit to get those pauses, but I can just stay in the aura. It does not matter. I think we're going to have a little bit of armor ups when he goes into his heal. And it's because of despair. I run all my points in despair there, right? He's not going to get quite as much healing as he otherwise would. You see, he stated about 22, 23% there. Probably wasted my SP1. Actually, now that I look at it, should have waited for the heal to be over and then gone in. But mistakes were made. This isn't about gameplay. This is about Iron Man. And he finishes that off. So with all of those mistakes, a very tough defender. Battlegrounds is often about creating matchups. I'm liking that versatility. And that's what I kind of want to start getting across to you is I think you are going to see some eye-opening stuff. I'll show you some numbers that are pretty big. And it's when he's only at rank 4. But there's a lot of tankiness in here. And there's some versatility that I'm really starting to like. I'm very happy I took him to rank 5 with that gem. I would not have used my catalyst. Just keep that clear. Okay, and this one going in here, I have this one because again, I want to show off he's tanky. We have 3 more fights or 4 more fights, and I know you're getting the whole tankiness, but you know you'll get to see it. And so here we go. This is a defender that you're often going to run up against here with Quicksilver. You're seeing some decent damage here. I tried to pause the special. I tried to parry the special. And so that can be a little problematic. I do want to make that clear too. A lot of the big numbers you're going to see at him is he's going to have like as many arm ups as you're seeing right there. Like you can see I'm getting some of the parries. That's why I'm getting those pauses. So he should be hitting about as hard as he possibly could if we could land the armor breaks here, but it's not always the easiest against Quicksilver. So we should hit pretty hard. Let's see how hard we start hitting here if Quicksilver will play ball. There we go. I mean, crits for 11,000. 14,000, and we're just going to finish this off, and we end at 100% health. Tanky boy. To the debuffs, we were healing a little bit there, so again, I don't want to overstate it. We lost the fight. Hey, you lose in quickness to a sunspot. There's no shame in that. There is no shame in that. All right, now we're going to be going up against this Kindred. And I want to show you, I'm going to make a mistake as well in this fight. Or again, this isn't about me. This is about Iron Man. And this is actually part of what I really like about him, especially like in Battlegrounds or War or even Questing if you like saving items. I know I do. But in War, where you just need to win the fight. You just need to win the fight and you move on. In Battlegrounds, you just got to do better than your opponent. It doesn't have to be, you're not trying to win a beauty contest. You're just trying to win the match. So everything's going really well here. I don't even remember where I ended up making the mistake. But as you can see, everything's going fine. In fact, if we could get, I don't know why I'm trying to get to the 7 armor ups. There we go. And then that's going to allow, I think, Kindred to get his Nightmare Outbreak there. So I've got to deal with that. And then I think I'm going to make a mistake in here. But what I wanted to show you is the heal gets stronger. Now, I have him at SIG 200. This is part of why I wanted the 6-star so badly, or rank up. Oh, there we go. That's the mistake I made there. Is we're going to trigger the heal when I throw a special. I know a lot of other players have had difficulty accidentally triggering the heal. You double tap during a special. I have not had that problem yet. Doesn't mean I won't, but I want you to know that I have actually not had that issue. So, you know, I think that's going to be a case by case, player by player, but I should be triggering that any minute now. Here we go. Watch how much healing we get because it's based off missing health. It's based off missing health. That's a substantial amount. And if you're just trying to win the fight, that's pretty darn good. Going to help you get through. I don't even know if we win this round or not. I don't remember, but because it wasn't the point. Let's see. Yeah, I think we are actually going to get the win. So, okay, now we're going to move on to when he was still only rank 4. I got a chance to take a Sauron War Boss. And what I want you to see is how big those numbers are getting. This is a rank 4, completely unboosted. Now, you see I went for the parry on the special and it worked there. Here's the downside I want to show you though. You remember, it's a bit like the parable of Icarus here. You fly a little too close to the sun, bad things can happen. Make sure you've got this down. I don't think it's essential to getting effective gameplay with him, but I do think these big, massive highlights you're sometimes going to see, it's going to involve this, which is parrying the special. Now, he gets, I think it's extra block during opponent specials. And then of course he can block unblockable. So if you miss early, so that way you are blocking when the special comes in. And the other thing I wanted to point out there is, you know, I missed the parry on that. You saw he's still tanky enough. He did okay. Sauron takes us down, but big numbers are possible. Remember Icarus when you go for those parrying of specials though, okay? I want to make sure people know. Okay, and then now we're going in. This is a 300k health Rintra, and this is, I believe, yeah, this is the very current meta of Battlegrounds. For those who don't know, it's got this window of opportunity stun here, so we can't stun. I'm just gonna tell you now, I'm actually not going to be able to finish off Rintra. Now, Rintra's got some mechanics that I think he reduces the effectiveness of armor ups by 50%, and then each additional one, he like makes him less and less effective. So armor break, it's like, that's how a lot of the Mystic champions are, right? Like Sasquatch, Doom, Rintra, a lot of these Mystic defenders can be seen, MCoC, which when I first started reading through Iron Man, I was like, I don't get it, because he's got some Mystic stuff in him. And that's why I'm showing you this fight. Is you're seeing the neutralizers still coming on us, but we're still getting our armor ups. Well, the armor ups, and only the armor ups for an Iron Man, are immune to nullify, and their ability accuracy cannot be reduced by any class outside of Cosmic. So they're playing into the class wheel there. So I know some of you are like, well, wait, why is Rintra still getting the power gain and his mystical charges? It's because it's only the armor ups. So you're gonna see he's got his neutralize on me. If we dex the precision, I think it's precision, I always get those confused, buff that we would get is being neutralized, Rintra's getting the benefit from it. So this is kind of my thing, is I think that's really cool that his armor ups can't be nullified. I think that's awesome, right? And I think it's really cool that their ability accuracy can't be reduced, which means neutralize won't get him unless it's from a Cosmic, but no Cosmics have it. So I guess maybe if it's a node. But then he's an armor break kind of dependent champion. Maybe we'll discover ways of playing him where the armor break isn't essential. And so to me, it's like it gets close, but it's not all the way there. And so what I had to do is think of it as more of an extra. Like that nullification, it's more of an extra. And as you can see in this meta, it actually allowed me to win. Overseer's a very good defender in this meta. So, you know, it just is what it is, but that's often how Battlegrounds work. And so early, I was so focused on the quote unquote negatives. I just want to play this out because we have one more fight coming up, and you're going to see this fight's actually going exceptionally well. And then I make some mistakes, but I want you to, again, to see how tanky this boy is. This is a 7-star Photon, really tough boss. I'm going to actually get a video out on some great fights against her so people can see it, because she is a tough defender and there's ways to go about fighting her. But this video is about Iron Man. So my final thoughts are this, is I think he is a fantastic champion for this ever expanding game that we have. I'm trying very hard to reconcile that he doesn't do everything I would like him to do, and that there are abilities that for me feel almost like indulgent, and I can't help but think that they took away from his power budget elsewhere. But I think he's better than Iron Doom. That's a champion you've often heard me talk about, where I'll say, like, too much of his power budget was spent on fighting Bishop. And as you just saw, Iron Man is actually very good against Bishop. But it's not his whole thing. You know, Iron Doom needs the 2 prowesses, right? Well, Iron Man doesn't have that sort of limitation in the things that make him really good. He's exceptionally tanky. That's just going to be. He can do excellent damage if you can get his armor ups going and if you can armor break. Cool. Once I accept that, all of the other things like the armor ups being neutralize immune, essentially, their ability actually can't reduce, and nullify immune are just cool extra things that allow me to maybe take some nodes and defenders I otherwise wouldn't. And if I look at it through that prism, I'm like, okay, in this ever expanding game of ours, he's not niche. He doesn't have all this wasted stuff. Look how tanky this guy is, by the way. We're not gonna die. It's pretty crazy. And so if I look at it that way, I really, really like him. And I'm glad I have him on my roster. If I don't think I would have used Catalyst just to rank him up, but if you see me pull the 7-star out of like the Titan Crystal or in the basic when it comes up, you will see me be very happy about it. Because I do think he is suited nicely for where the game is right now and for where it seems to be heading. Like I said, Kate Bishop has been a mainstay in Battlegrounds decks since she came into the game. I put out the video telling like, I think she's the new best skill champion in the game. And now we're seeing Iceman. I think it will not, I know I will not be surprised if we continue to see Cold Snap and that sort of thing. And having Tony here as an attacker, but also as a defender. I've used him as a defender, I think 3 times, and he's actually flat out won the match twice. He's got a big heal. He's very, very tanky, as we just showed. Now, as always, I'm very interested in your thoughts. These weren't just highlights. This was like, this is the positive, this is the negative. Here's Tony. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.